So how's cloning is going? Is it working fine? How many pictures did you clone? Three. Okay, try to do as many as possible so that will get na second habit of cloning the things. बहुत important thing. Selection of pictures and cloning of picture is the two most important thing you have to deal in future. है ना? We'll do in project ki how we have to deal with these kind of scenarios. We'll make one project after completing these all 2-3 more classes. So today our topic is smart object. Okay, so what is smart object? Before you just hear the name smart object, now we will see ki how this smart object will work. So let's just opening an image. Okay, so if I open this image and I want to scale this image, okay, at one point, so how I can scale? Let's say I'll press Command T and it's not taking Command T or scaling. Why? Because the background is locked. Okay, I can go to edit and there is no transform or free transform. This is all because the background is locked. So what we have to do is we have to make it a layer, not as a background. If I click this and now I'll go to edit and free transform, and now I can transform this image. By holding down the shift, we are not changing the perspective, and by holding option and shift, we are scaling from the center point. So why the center point is here? Because this small little dot, let's this one, yeah, this is anchor point. Okay, this is called anchor point. So wherever the anchor point is, it's treating the image as the center point. Okay, so now what if I do some scaling. Okay, maybe at one time I'll scale my picture down. Let's first of all escape. Let's make a duplicate of this. Now of this one, maybe at the time of editing you maybe scaled your images to some lower point. Okay, and press enter. Now what if I do rescale this image? You can see the image lost. This is, sir, this is the point why we are taking the non-destructive point. Non-destructive scaling. Okay, so this is what happened to the scale, the vector and raster difference. So to control this kind of scenarios, we have to make our images from pixel to vector. Okay, how we can do this? By just changing this image to smart object. Okay, that will take care. Look, this is the image after scaling down and scaling up, and this is the original image. Look how much pixel it get lost. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to select, unlock the background, select this layer, go to edit, go to image or layer, go to layer, and here is the smart object. Okay, so in smart object there is a first point called convert to smart object. So I click this convert to smart object, and now you can see this small little icon at your layer. Are you able to see this? This one where my cursor is. So आज है Thursday. So now this image is converted to smart object. Let's scale this one down again. Okay. Now you can see the scaling option is also changed. Now if I'll scale this image down, let's same size and press enter. And now if I scale it up again, The image is not changing any pixel.
So what have you done is that you have gone and convert this image into
Smart object.
smart object.
Hmm.
From where you can do that?
From layer,
Layer,
smart object, and convert to smart object. So if ever you want to control your images, you don't want to lose pixels of your images, we always work in smart objects. Okay. But if I do brush, if I take brush and I want to do some brushing on it, okay, that will not happen. If I'll click on mask and I want to delete this mask, okay, let's say this is working, but it's delete this mask. Or let's say you want quick healing tool or spot healing tool and you want to heal those pixels, that will not gonna help. So how to do these all things with smart objects is our next topic. Okay, so what you have to do is just selecting the layer, you have to go to layer.
can't we do first the changes and then do the scaling?
First of all, sir, many more times, many more scenarios, we have to place our images to some layouts and then we start editing the things. So that is the reason why we can do second time. But this is very easy to do these all things. This smart object is individual image inside it, and whatever we want to do changes, we can do that. Okay, so where you can go to smart object and here edit content. Okay, if I'll click edit content, this is open into another tab. Okay, on the top you can see it's open layer 0 PSB. Now if I do some sampling and I'm able to do this, okay, and if I close this one, it's asked to save. Yes, save it, and you can see in the original image that is get saved, that stamping is not there. If at any time I want to go again back to this image to do some more changes, the second way to go there is just double clicking the smart object. Again we are in the layer. Let's say now we want to use brush tool, we want to lay some color, okay, and we'll save this one, we'll close this one, and now you can see in smart object that is there. So it's very easy now to do these all changes in smart object and we cannot lose the pixels too. But why to work in smart object, why not in raster? Sometimes the space, the size of the documents matter a lot. If you want to make a smaller size document, you have to work in pixels. If you want to work in a bigger size document, then you can convert your images to smart objects. Multiple layers, if you add multiple layers, that will increase the size of PSD. Okay, so this is the second concern, main concern you have to look after. At any time I'll press undo, that will undo on the main document. We do not need to go back to that smart object and then do undos. We can do straight away on our project. So that will take us to our next topic, that is scaling. Okay, now we know how to scale with smart objects, what all options scaling is giving us now. Okay, I'll select this layer, go to image, go to edit, and here is the transform. Okay, here is scale, rotation, skew, distort, perspective, and wrap. And here is a free transform which we do, command T. So what free transform is, we can even scale up and down. If I go to the right side of my image or the edges of my image, now my cursor turns to the angular two-headed bar. So now I can even rotate. Okay, let's bring another image so that you can now see more things clearly. I'll change this to smart object. Go to layer, smart object, and convert to smart object. Now if I rotate, you can see it's rotating into the center. So what if I want the rotation from this wheel? Na? I want to rotate this picture from this wheel. So what I have to do, by selecting Command T, the transform, on the top left hand side, this is called anchor controlling. Okay, if I click this on a left bottom, now if I roll, you can see my image is locked at left bottom, and now my image is rotating at that point. Okay, let's bring the scale down a bit, and now if I'll make it top right, now it will rotate even from any point. It's rotate from a top. Okay, so we can even control the free form of this control point, anchor point. How? What we can do, we can straight away drag. Okay, we can drag this control point to our desired position. So now the center point is locked at the center of this wheel. If I'll rotate this, now you can see it's rotating as per the center of the wheel. Let's say I'll double click this one. Fastly, what I'll do, I'll go to selection tool, quick selection, and let's just do this at this point, just a random. What I want to show here is, if I make my center point to this center, now whatever you cut, you can rotate your images. Okay, this is the point I want to bring in your notice. So sometime what we need to do is, let's do undo, deselect it, close it. So sometime you will cut down an image and you want to rotate it from a particular point. That is what you have to do then. Okay. So now again we'll come to the next point. There is an angle of rotation. What we are doing is, we are rotating from here, or what you can do is you can rotate from the angle. So this will give a very precise movement of the angles. Okay, let's say 30 degree, you have to move 30 degree, 25 degree. So that is what you can do. Make it 0 and that. Now the next point, if I right click on this, then again I can select scale, rotation, skew, and perspective. I don't have to go to, let's press enter. I don't have to go to है ना, edit and do transform and then go to scale and all. I straight away press Command T, right click and make it rotation, right click and make it scale. Okay, and right click and make it skew. So what is skew? We can skew our images right or left, right and left. It will skew the images, means compress the images to our particular position. Okay, you can see X and Y, Z position we can move to create different kind of shapes. That will also change the perspective of these images too. But if these are solid colors and we just need to change the shape of that solid color, so skew, distortion and wrap is the point where we can change the position of solid, shape of solids. Okay, let's make it undo one more time, escape, and now we'll come to perspective. So perspectives are, now this time you can see it's changing even the skew as well as the Z position also. It's coming near to camera and it's going back to camera. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am holding, not holding, I hold mouse left key to one point and moving right is changing my image to close to the camera, moving left changing my image to far of the camera. So what is camera? Camera is the point where we are seeing the image. Okay, the viewpoint. Let's escape this one also. Another thing there in this is distort. So we'll come to what is distortion, what is wrap again. So distortion is same like as skew, but in skew what we are doing is we are just moving up and down, left and right, but distortion can change up and down movement with the angle of view. Yes, the perspective movement, है ना? Skew with perspective is distortion, the both combinations. So if you have to change the perspective of an image with skew, then you need to go with distortion. And the last is wrap. So if I come to wrap, it changed to the this image, the grid point, and now even I can change the grid points to move the images. Okay, sometimes you need a flag to make and these all things, the cloth and all. So this wrap will do these all things. Okay,
Particularly for the flag.
flags and all, the movement of liquid or clothing if you have to do. So or one more thing
But
on
you
the,
can choose that part of the flag and then do this.
yes,
If in a photograph flag is small,
Hmm.
you can choose the
choose selection,
part and
then we have to select the selection. Or what we can do is we'll go here, we'll make a flag, है ना? We'll give a colors.
but that doesn't look natural. So
हाँ, मतलब this is for just 2D animations at all. If we are making some 2D animations,
I got it.
yeah. So now if I click this, right click and make wrap, है ना? So I can make it wrap. So again, by clicking on wrap, this option, if I click here, on the top left side is the customs. If I go here, there are so many more things. If I click on arc, so now you can see it's converted the image to an arc. So now new shapes are forming. Okay, now if I come to flag, now you can see it's coming to flag, and this is bend, how much bend we want. And how much the size we want, height, bending in heights. So these points we can make shapes to the
What's the tool name?
wrap. No tool name, select Command T, right click, wrap, and then go to customs. Okay, shells. Now what you are doing is you are giving shapes to your uh, uh, this layers. Okay, if we are in this layer, we are giving shapes to this. If we are in this, let's say select this, Command T, right click, wrap, and we'll go to flag, and now this image is converted to flag. Okay, what we are doing is we are changing shapes. Even we can do these all shapes in texts, है ना? That will give a different kind of change. Let's come to text. Let's type some text now. So on the top I want to increase the size, I'll increase the size. Okay, let's put one solid color behind, let's say black. Now if I select Command T, go to wrap, and now I change it to arc, you can see we changed our text to a different shape. Sometimes this, in some scenarios we have to place our text into arcs and all. So how we can do these all? We can do these all things with this. Okay. Let's say now if I go to flag, so you can see that the one you are asking, Sandeep, how we can build the bands and all, na? So this is where we have to build the bands. Okay. So let's move on, skew, rotation, and now next point is come to, with all these transform, with all these things, there is another point, that is correction, correction of distortion. We also need sometime the camera with a wide angle took a image or a video in which that image we need to do some perspective or distortion corrections. So that also we can do here. So now this is clearing the perspective. We'll do some more things here, but let's start with a basic. Okay, let's say this is the image and you can see that is bulge. It's going inside and then coming back. It's going inside and then coming back. And the lines are not straight. Take my ruler and you can see the lines are not straight. There are some changes. So sometime we have to correct these all things. And this is also we do with transform. So I'll first of all I click this one, I'll duplicate this one, and I change this to smart object. Okay, image, layer, smart object, convert to smart object. And let's, this time I'll go to edit, and this time going to free transform. What I'll do the perspective wrap. Okay, the second point. So now it's guiding you what all to do. Let's close this. Now this will give an option to select an area to let Photoshop know what is straight lines. Okay, what I'll do, I'll select the area and I make the zoom in. Now all four lines are or four corners are four different points. We can move them individually. Okay. So what I am doing is I am guiding to the straight lines as per the image. Let's take this one here. Okay, so now if I go to wrap, close this one. Now if I change the movements, you can see we can change the perspective of the image. So we can adjust these all as per our requirement. What I'll do, I'll place the grid lines so that I'll know where my straight lines are. Okay, so this is where the problem is. Just this one, this is not going straight. So let's make them straight. So now you can see these lines are straight, these lines are straight. So we had changed our. So what I am doing is, by a mouse left button, I am just dragging left, right, up and down to make the adjustment so that the image will give the straight line, matching straight lines with these ruler lines, okay, guidelines. So now I hide these guidelines. How? Extras, and let's hide this. So to finish this up, what I have to do, I have to click tick mark. Now one more thing, let's come back again to, if I click this and if I on this, you can see we changed the perspective. And this is a very easier way to do perspectives. We'll do some more complex perspective change in a next image, but this is what we do with a straightening of an image. Okay, you can see the lines are going inside and then coming back, and as soon as I click, everything is straight, right, straight away. This corner, this one, yes. Always when we do some perspective change, let's off this, images get lost, huh? So now what we can do, we can stamp it up, we can content aware tool we can bring, or the last thing, we can crop the image to eliminate those pixels. Okay, you can make clone tool, you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is what you have to do. So this is the basic way to clone stamp. But one more thing I want to bring here, as soon as I click on smart object, now whatever change I am doing, that is also non-destructive. At any point, if I want to off this perspective change of this image, I just click this hide button and it's showing us the original image, and as soon as I click here, so now it's showing us the edited image, the perspective change image. So this is the smart object is also very good if we have to apply filter to an images. Now that will not get mixed. Let's do one more time. On this image, because this is not smart object, let's apply one filter. We are not going to filter right now, but just I want to show. Let's say blur. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Okay. So let's say I blurred this image. Now you can see if I have to go back, the undo is the only option. Or even I want to make it more blur, I have to reapply the filter. I cannot change into the filter. But let's do this thing with smart object. Okay, I'll go to filter, go to blur, again Gaussian blur, I'll do and press OK. Now you can see that is coming as an effect. I can even off and on this blur now. Or even if I want to make more room, means I want to make it more clear, I'll double click this Gaussian blur and I can go back and do this all thing. So now this is also undestructive applying the filters. So smart object is also very good to do to place some undestructive filters into it. Okay, so this is not the right way to place filter, this is the right way to place filters. So we can even go back and forward. So I close this one. Let's move to our another picture. Yes, one thing which we discussed, the difference between skew and distort. Na? Now you know what is the difference between skew and distort. Let's read Devang.
Distort works similar to skew. The biggest difference is that dragging the edges in skew will only shift the layer edge up and down. But in this distort, this,
Distort.
you can even scratch and compress.
Stretch. Stretch and compress. So stretching and compressing is changing the perspective. है ना? We are changing the perspectives, moving here and there. And up and down is skewing inside, skew outside. Okay, changing the edges of the corner is skewing the edges, and changing or distorting the image, moving it far from the camera or near to the camera is perspective. So the both thing is doing with distort. Skewing plus perspective is with distort. And what is perspective scaling, Aman?
Perspective mode is a grid when you need to reshape an object to match a perspective of the image or to create simple 3D effects. Dragging a button corner handle upward moves the top corner handle down.
So let's say click image. Let's select this, go to edit. Okay, let's go to wrap. Now we can change. This is the skew, but what we are doing is wrapping. So in wrap, everything is included: skew, distort, perspective, because we are wrapping, we are mashing the things, है ना? So everything is. So you can see we can create these kind of effects, but this is not possible with any filter and all. So only possible with image edit and perspective wrap. So what it's showing us, taking closer to the camera, taking further down, is take the subject is coming nearer to the camera, taking it far back, it's taking the object far from the camera, है ना? That is called perspective, है ना? We look, the text is same, but we are able to change it in any shape. So let's press enter. So this is the perspective movement. We'll see this one in this image now. How we can change the perspective even in a still images. So let's come back to this image. This is 2D image. We cannot change anything in this image, है ना? If I click or maybe skew, I can only bubble this image, nothing, है ना? We cannot change the perspective. What is perspective? Changing the image to the different view level, है ना? View angle. That is changing in perspectives. That is what we did in this text. Now we'll try this one in our building. What we have to do, we have to go to image, we have to go to edit and perspective wrap. Now what I am doing is, I have to give corners to this image, okay, where the corners are. So I just randomly give a wrap. Now I'll match the corners with these puppets. Okay, these corners in perspective wrap is called puppets. So I just matched, just randomly matched, not so precisely. Now what I have to do, I have to make another selection because this is one side and this is another side and we have to change, है ना? So we have to give the mesh. Mesh is the dimensions. So let's make another one and now let's move. As soon as I click closer to this, you can see the connection is coming, and if I release my mouse button, that will get connected. Okay. Now I take it to second point. This is also connected, and now I'll match this. So overall you can see our mesh or perspective wrap is taking the shape of this building. So now the magic starts. Even what I can do, I can make the changes here also. Let's do, otherwise this will get distorted. Okay, so let's add this one, put this one here, and let's make one more. So now you can see we just matched each and every point. What I want right now, I want to lock this position, okay, and I want to move the perspectives. So if at any point I have to lock the positions, what I'll do, I'll just shift and click on this. First of all, I have to come to wrap, okay, not layout. In layout we'll design more, and in wrap we'll do the editing. Now if I take my holding the shift and taking my mouse near to this line, it's changing to yellow, and what I do, I click on this layer and now it's locked straight. Okay, so what I am doing is I'm locking the straight lines, okay, which I think is straight as per me. So I click here, I'm clicking so that the line will get straighter. So now you can see the image is changed. Will import, and now if I move these layers, let's say these points, so this is so very magical. I don't know how Photoshop is doing these all things, but yes, it happens.
सर ये हम किस सिनेरियो में यूज करेंगे?
ये हम उन सिनेरियोज में यूज करेंगे जहां पर हमारा कैमरा एक रॉन्ग पर्सपेक्टिव की इमेज को ले आता है, थोड़ा डिस्टॉर्ट हो जाती है, एंड वी हैव टू चेंज द मींस एंगल्स ऑफ द बिल्डिंग टू मेक इट मोर स्ट्रेटर.
और सर अगर शेप उसका राउंड हो या सर्कल
राउंड में वर्क नहीं करता, पर्सपेक्टिव्स ऑलवेज वर्क इन स्ट्रेट लाइंस, है ना? हाँ, एजेस पे. तभी क्योंकि कोई चीज़ का शेप है मीन्स दैट इज डेप्थ क्रिएटेड, वो तभी होगी जब वो रेक्टेंगल या फिर स्क्वायर शेप में होगा, है ना, बॉक्स में होगा. सर्कल की कोई शेप नहीं आती, आप उसे जहाँ से भी देखो उनका सेम ही पॉइंट रहता है. So now you can see we changed this image, but changing this position lead to the cutting of the edges also. Let's put this, okay, and now bring that image back again. Okay, let's stamp this sky. So I'm doing it very fast, but you have to take some more time. I'm just taking as much stamping as possible so that I can means enlarge my photograph as much as possible. So this is not able to recover. So now what I'll do, now I'll go to crop and crop it to the best possible size. Okay, so this is one and this is what we did. Totally change of angle. Totally change of angle. So what we can do is we can change the perspective of an image. Means what is the perspective? The angle, change of angle. So how we can do this? By just simple perspective wrap. Okay, so now what I want to show is the scaling is not just is scaling down and scaling up and rotation. It's many more things you can do with scaling. This is the main point of today's class. Okay, now let's come back to that image. How this was done. So what you have to do is, first of all, you have to go with spot healing tool, and with a very small little size you have to clean these all. Let's make a duplicate of this so that, or what I can do is I'll make a new layer and on a sample all layers I'll do these all retouchings. Okay, one thing, one more brush tool I want to include in this, that is why I given you this image to retouch, that is mixing brush tool. I'll do a fast and dirty job. The more brush you will apply, the more cleaner the image will, the more better it will go smoother. So we'll try our best to remove as much as blemishes as possible at this stage. But we don't have to change the shape, है ना? So that is more important. Don't go so hard so that the shape of the face or the points will get changed. So let's see, and never remove these kinds of mows and all, because that belongs to the facial looks, and if that will get removed, that will not look good. Okay, so this is where we were and this is where we are now. Now what I want is I want to mix these two layer and make a new layer, है ना? And you don't know how to mix these two layer to make one another layer. So what I'll do, if I'll do click and then merge, okay, what this will do, this will merge both the layers, and this is also destructive way of doing the things, but I don't want destructive way. I want to save this. If I'll come back and do more things, that will not be there if I merge this layer. So what I'll do, I'll select this layer, then I do merge, command shift option command E. I don't know, just I'll check where it's going. Shift option, no. So this is the shortcut, shift option command E. I'll find out where this was in this Photoshop layout. I'll explain you all. What this is doing is it's mixing these two layers and making a new layer of that. So I can go back, I'll do some more changes. Let's say I'll do some more changes. Now if I open that layer, that changes is not there. So what I have to do is I have to delete this layer and again go back and make shift option and command E to make it move.
Why do we merge these two layers?
uh, I'm, that is the main reason, because now we have to apply softness to the image. If we merge the layers, we cannot go back and do some more changes into the blemishes. You know, we are just saving those those blemishes. We are saving the layers. We are not means destructively deleting these layers. So this is my final image right now. Okay, and this is my edited. I'll make it group edited. So I preserved this one and now I will work from here. That is, this is what we are doing. We are making a snapshot. है ना? Now I'll work further to this image. Whenever I finish my editing, I always do a edit. I'll write edit final image 1, yeah, stage 1. Then I'll build more things. Then I again make a copy of it, snapshot, and make final image 2, means stage 2. And that is how I know कि this portion I edited this one, then the snapshot. If I have to go back, so I know till where I have to hide the things and re-edit the photograph. Okay, so this is managing the layers, nesting the layers. So what I'll do now, the one more brush I want to show is, we know brush tools, now we'll know mixer brush tool. I'll click this mixer brush tool. On the top, you can see there are some more options open, that is wet, load, mix, flow. Okay, and on the left hand side is the brushes, and this is the color. Now if I move my brush onto the image, you can see black is adding with the image color, but we only want to add image colors, not any other extra colors. Okay, we want to mix these colors which I am seeing on the image. So what I'll do, I'll hide this color. So I click this one and this will hide the color. Now if I make my brush here, now the brush is doing what brush is doing, it's choosing the color inside this image and mixing it with the image. So what is this brush tool? Let's imagine this one as a, let's say you put some ink onto the paper and the ink is dry or wet, ink is wet, and if you rub your mouth, if you rub your brush on that ink, what it will get, it will spread, and that is what this tool is doing. Okay, think this color as an ink, and what I am doing is I am spreading that ink. Okay, and how I can control the spread is wet, load, and mix. Okay, let's say I'll say that this ink is not so much of wet. So what it's treating right now, I just mix these all things. I'm only doing wet. So now what I'm telling Photoshop, that this ink which is there or this color is so much wet. So if I drag, it will mix too much because it's too wet, and if I drag my brush over to that wet image, what that ink will do, it will take a longer strokes, है ना? But I don't want those longer strokes. That means I'll tell Photoshop that this is not so much wet. Now if I stroke, that will not give bigger strokes. Okay, let's say I'll tell ki this is very little wet. So now you can see it's not giving bigger. Now only this color is mixing here, this color is mixing here, this color is mixing here. This color is not going too long. I'll drag this one, you can see this color is dragging here, and if I make it smaller and move this, now you can see this color's finished here, now new color came. So this is the wetness. Let's move on to load. Let's say load. There is nothing to load. Now I'll give something to load. Now if I drag, that is loading and mixing. Loading the color, mixing the color. Loading the color, mixing the color automatically. Okay. I'll come to the straight away one point where I'll show you what all settings you have to do. But first of all, you have to know what these things this brush is doing. Okay. The lesser the load, the lesser the amount. Okay. Less load, less wet is moving lesser amounts. Means now this will mix very small little distance. This will not get mixed with here. This is only get mixed at this particular point. Okay. Let's make it undo more. And this is mixing. These 2 points mixed with each other with this. Okay. Now it's fastly calculating the pixels, mixing it up and moving to another, loading another pixels. Mixing, loading, mixing, loading, mixing, loading. So what it's doing, it is regularly taking brush strokes and mixing and loading. This is what I am doing. You know? Before what I am doing is I am just taking a longer strokes. Now what I am doing, I am just mixing, loading, multiple of strokes. And this is the combination what we have to choose. We'll put the wet very less, we'll take the load very less, and then we mix at maybe 15 or 20 or in between 15 and 20. Now what I'll do with the softness, how to apply the strokes now is very important, because what if I'll do like this, what it's doing, taking this color and moving it to another color. This one is brighter, this one is darker. So applying the stroke is more important. We have to go as per the flow. Okay. Where the color is going, we have to move our strokes to that side. Okay. So this is taking, you can see. Now let's rub this one. So if I want to, so this is the flow, how much strongly I want to do. Let's do one more thing. Let's make it undo. And the last, what I want is the flow, the pressure of my brush. So I'll make it that one also very smaller, because I don't want to go so hard for a first. If I want to go stronger, yes, I will make it 2, 4 times, 6 times to make it more stronger. But in first go, I don't want to go more stronger. So let's gently rub this. And you can see as I am rubbing, the purple line is coming. That is the same which is taking my stroke to straighters. I don't want at this stage. I will guide my mouse now. I'll go. So now I will go with the. So I'm not mixing this color with this color. I'll go here. I'll mix this one. बहुत.
ऐसा नहीं कि ओवरऑल फिल्टर लगा दो और ये अपने आप उसकी
There are so many different ways to do this technique. This is the one way. Frequency separation is the another. But this is so very easy. अगर आपको एक बार practice हो गया, then you know.
some amount जो lower level की रखी है.
हाँ, because if I want to make it higher, मैं double time इसको कर सकता हूँ, मैं triple time कर सकता हूँ. So I'll just make it more gradual. So whenever we do the effect, it's look like sometime we did it over, sometime we did it lesser. This, this is jawline, very reddish. That is belongs to color correction, red and all. That is adjustment. I didn't went there ki how you can do color changes in colors and all. Right now what I am teaching you is this, how to use this brush onto the face. How to change the color is the another adjustment layers topic, which is I think our tomorrow's topic, how we can use these adjustment layers. Okay, so never put on the edges the sharpness. Okay, go outside the edges, just go outside. And if this is the nose, you don't have to go like this. Okay, you have to go like this, because this will dimension the nose, this will broad it up. So always go with this. So now you can see the redness is get merged with that color. And very small, I'll go here. There is a software, dedicatedly software, a plugin developed for this particular point is Portraiture plugin. नहीं सर, वो बाय करना होता है. दैट इज़ पेड प्लगइन एक्चुअली, और वो डेडिकेटेडली इसी पर्पस के लिए है. एंड यू जस्ट हैव टू just place that plugin over it, and that will do automatically math for you. Portraiture. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll hide this layer, I'll go back to that layer, I'll again command option shift E, and now I will, what I'll do, I'll make a lesser opacity. So what I'll do, I'll merge those two layers so that the texture will come show more. Okay, let's see this one. I'll duplicate this one, and now I will make this one to 75%, and I'll group this up. Edit 2, I'll make it edit 3, we'll make this one as original. Okay, so this is the original image. Let's make some zoom. This is after blemishes. This is after brush stroke, and this is mixing this brush stroke with this image is this. Okay, so you can see this and this. Let's say this. Okay. So this so strong, and what I did is just a bit of adding of real textures. So this is so strong, and this is real texture added. So now you can see the difference.
Layering basically give you base.
Yeah, exactly, because we don't want to go very artificial kind of feel. So that is why I am doing this all thing undestructive, so that I can go back multiple, do the layers and all, mixing the things up. So this looks so artificial, but this will give the original feel. So now we can say from here, let's say from here to here, this image, and now this is looking so exactly as per me. That is, go ahead, I'll stop this class here. If you want to ask anything, you can.